Well, guys, we're here. We're back again. Fuck My Life, episode number 24. I can't believe it. We made it to another week. Month 2 out of the year already. I don't know where January went.
It
I
went
feel
by.
I feel like I was the only person that thought it went by fast.
There are some people who have felt like this, the year that we've had so far has gone by very, very quickly. I don't know if I would quite say that. I don't know if it's gone by super fast for me. I don't know. The first week of January gets wrapped up in Christmas and holidays and stuff, so it really doesn't feel like you get into it until a little bit, but it's been a long year. It's been a long year already. That's what I'll say. 1 month in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, it's not the worst month that I suppose we could have had, but I guess it could have been better.
Yeah,
How
I mean, yes, it could have been better. I
Yeah.
suppose technically it could have been worse. Like there wasn't like an alien invasion or something. Like there wasn't, World War
Just
III didn't technically
the
start.
meteors
Yes.
just gotta hit. It's gotta be it. We gotta get this done. We gotta wrap it up. I'm done.
Yeah. I'm kind of done too. Fuck my life, right?
Yep, that's why we did this show. What have you been up to, Ryan? What's new with
Um,
you?
what's new with me? I don't know. It's cold. It has been cold. It was 54 degrees in my house when I woke up this morning. So,
It's cold, you say.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
What?
What's the coldest it's got in there?
24 degrees, wind chill 12.
Wow, that
In
is
Florida. That is
I
cold, you
know.
bitch. That is
It's
fucking
not.
cold
It's
for
not cold
Florida.
enough. You
Hold on, that
can't
is
complain that it's fucking cold when you're not even suffering. It's been like 4, 3, 2 degrees here constantly.
you live there. It is supposed to
I
be like
do
that there.
live
It is not
here,
supposed to
and
be
that
like
is
that in Florida.
true.
It's like
But
lowest temperature
you
since like
still can't.
79 or
Ooh,
something. It's
it's
not
cold.
supposed to
It's
be like that here,
cold.
you
It's
dummy.
not
Like
that cold.
it's not that cold if you like are talking about, well, look at people in Canada and people in Minnesota. For fucking Florida, where we are, it is extremely cold. And I'm not running my heater. So what's the temperature in your house right now, Vera? Let's see who's suffering more. What's the
Um,
temperature in your fucking house?
I don't know. I usually keep it at like 65.
Congratulations. It's 54 degrees in my house, Vera. So who's
Yeah.
suffering more as you stayed in all fucking weekend and didn't do anything? And I
Well,
stayed in
you
all
can't
weekend.
really
I'm
stay in when you have to
suffering more.
shovel 2 feet of snow.
Why? You didn't go anywhere.
It doesn't matter. You still got to do it.
Yeah. Either way, I was relatively
Sure.
cold. I've been, staying bundled up,
Yeah.
because yeah, I'm not gonna. I feel like if I turn my heater on, it'll probably burn the house down. So maybe I'll wait till night when I'll get like really drunk, take some sleeping pills, and I'll turn the
It's
heater
over
on and
for
hope that I
you.
die of smoke inhalation in my sleep. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Fair enough. But hey, at least the suffering will be over. And that's all that we can really hope for in the end. But anyway, I hope everybody is doing good. We have so much stupid shit to talk about tonight. It's going to be glorious. We got to talk about Minecraft. I asked Ryan if he had seen it. He has not seen the Minecraft video yet. So that is going to be, I think, a truly spectacular reaction. We're going to be talking about The Last of Us. Apparently, Last of Us, sadly, so unfortunately for Neil Cuckman, might end with season 3, even though nobody was watching that shit. Nobody likes that shit, except for a couple of normies, I guess. I'm sure we'll be talking about Harry Potter in John Lithgow's new statement because he's completely done a 180 from what he said months ago. We'll be talking about High Guard.
There's actually much more concerning stuff in the John Lithgow thing than just this slight comment about J.K. Rowling's transphobic views. There's like a statement that's far more worrisome in there than that.
Well, we'll have to read that. We'll start with that. But before we get into any of the topics, Kolchak, thank you for the £10. I've been a Gothic fan for years now and was cautiously optimistic about the remake until I watched the dev video. and all my hopes died. Thank you for covering it and bringing it to people's attention. It's been a couple of months since I've covered Gothic because I think that they faced so much backlash so quickly based on the statements they made, the images we saw of basically the women being trunified, them locking down threads on the Steam forums. Like, I think that I maybe luckily for them, been able to kind of avoid any more backlash over the past couple of months. I think it's been since like the very end of November, but you've reminded me now I should look at their forums again and see if they're making any controversial statements. Probably not, though. It doesn't have a release date, so we're probably still a long ways away from it releasing.
What is Gothic?
Gothic is, so what he's referring to is a remake that has been in development for like a very long time now. And we found out with like some images that were released that like they made all of the women completely fucking ugly. They've modernized it. And the developers that are SJWs completely admitted it.
Damn.
So
that's rough. Whenever like whenever you get to the point of having to shut down discussion pages or lock down Steam threads or whatever, it's not good.
Yeah, because the one remake has been, they've said that it's supposed to release in like early 2026, but I just checked the Steam page. It still doesn't have a date. So it's been crickets from them, probably because they faced so much backlash. But yeah, I'll keep my eye on it. But thank you for the 10. Lonnie Dot.
Vera covers like so much random stuff. When the Knight's Path thing broke, and she's like, by the way, I interviewed these developers 2.5 years ago. And it's like this entire interview of this game that almost no one had heard about ever. What the fuck?
That's true. I did interview them, but Gothic's kind of different because the original game came out in 2001. So it came out in like the golden era of gaming. And like it maybe has like a slightly more cult classic following, but it is still like a pretty big release, especially for a release that like changed hands, got picked up, like they had a big budget put towards it, but we know how remakes typically go these days. But yeah, with Knight's Path, I did interview them last year, and you were shocked, but that's the way it goes. It's almost like I'm doing journalism. Crazy.
It wasn't that I was shocked. It was like I rolled my eyes. Like, of course she fucking
of course I would have talked to them.
No-name game like forever ago.
Yeah, well, I did, and that's just the way that the cookie crumbles. Lonnie Dot, thank you for the 199 shots. $50. We'll take some shots.
That's right.
By the end of the stream, though, Ryan's going to be ranting so much that he's going to need to take shots. So
maybe I've been on kind of a fucking warpath today already on Geeks Gamers Daily. I was kind of on a warpath. I did not wake up in a good mood. So I've chilled out a little bit. I've chilled out a little bit since then. So maybe
that means we're starting with Harry Potter.
We can talk about Harry Potter, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll get me going.
Net Stealer, thank you for the 2. Open my bog mouth tax. You mean big mouth tax? It's all right. We were heckling each other yesterday. It's all right.
There's a swamp in his mouth.
Ryan screaming at you, don't apologize.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You were triggered.
I didn't even remember what he was talking about, if I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't remember either, but all I know is you yelled at him, so it goes.
I did, because he was like, I just want to apologize to Miss Vera, and I'm like, don't fucking do, like, what are you doing? Come on.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. And Pee Poo Poo Man, thank you for the 99 cents. Much appreciated. Thank you. Net Stealer, thank you for the 5. Crying Ryan. Hey, Ryan, is there a button on your wall that sets the temp to whatever you want? Try that once you cheap bastage.
No.
Bastard. But yes.
Bastitch.
Yeah.
Like Lobo says, we could do Bastitch. I quite frankly refuse. This is the couple months out of the year where I don't have to run the AC, so I actually save a little bit on my electric bill.
Must be nice.
And I refuse to throw in the towel and run the heat and like spike that electricity back up. So I patently refuse. Not going to happen.
Yeah, it's been like negative here, so it's kind of you kind of have to put the heat on. You can't really tough it out, or else you'd probably fucking die.
My mom during the winter
Um,
we used to keep the house at 60.
yeah.
Like in the winter back when I lived in Indiana. Everybody else thought that was like crazy. I was cool. Look, I have a hoodie. I got sweatpants. I got socks. Like, what else do I fucking need?
Yep,
You know what
you try to not turn on the AC as long as possible in the spring going into the summer, and you try to turn on the heat like at the last day possible from the fall going into the winter.
AC is a different story. I can be cold. I can't be hot. Like, I keep it around 71, 72, right around there. And that is set year round. So I can't be hot. That drives me
Yeah.
fucking really crazy. Cold,
But
I'll
that
just be a little bitchy.
that is the problem though, is water pipes will burst if it gets too low, which
Well, I think
phew,
54 degrees. I think I'm a little
well,
ways
not
away.
that temperature, but I'm talking about like here. If I
Oh, yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
put the heat on like at all, I'd first of all be freezing to death. But second of all, well then everything would just fucking break and it would be terrible and not fun at all whatsoever. But that's the way that the cookie crumbles. So, since we need to get you
There was actually a
ranting,
pipe that burst outside my house yesterday.
oh
Um,
jeez.
that was, it's like the, it's like a, fuck it, it's like a pipe that is for like the whole neighborhood. You know what I mean? It's like this junction
Oh
area.
yeah.
So, but it happened to be right next to my house. So, of course, I fucking walk out there. And what the fuck is that noise? What the fuck? So I go out and I see it. It's like pooling up by like my porch and around the side. I don't really care. I wasn't very worried about it because it rains here all the time. I'm not concerned about like standing water by my house or shit or anything like that. It's not like we have basements to worry about. But of course, what do, I call the utility company. Their 24-hour emergency hotline. This happened yesterday. Yeah. This happened yesterday in the afternoon after my first couple streams of the day. Call, no fucking answer. I have to sit through some stupid bitch reading some text off, like, because they probably had a lot of people calling because a lot of people had water problems because a lot of people's pipes froze. I get it. No fucking answer. Call back 30 minutes later. No fucking answer. Had to do another stream. Call back after that. Finally, someone answers. I reported they're like, well, we have about 300 tickets in. I was like, it's fine. Like, my water's fine. It's good. But just so you know, there's a ruptured fucking pipe. Guy finally comes out this morning. Gets all the way out here. Fucking gives me a call. Are you the person? Yeah, I'm the person. I go outside to talk to him. And he's like, I actually can't touch this. This isn't like city utility. This is a private thing. This is a private thing. So you have to talk to your HOA. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oof,
Like,
fuck
fucking
your
call the
life.
HOA or whatever. It ends up being like actually for the sprinkler system that's installed in all the houses. So it's not the fucking biggest deal if like they have to turn it off. But somebody finally came out there at some point today and turned the water off. So no leaks anymore. Fucking right around my house. Thankfully.
Sounds like it sucked to deal with, but I mean, at least you technically weren't the one that had to deal with it. It's not like you had to go through every step of the process. So
the person that I was on the phone with was like, can you go out there and turn this out? Like, and I said, no, it's in the middle of these bushes. It's surrounded by fucking water. It's all muddy as fuck. I'm telling you so you motherfuckers can take care of it. My water's fine. I was like, I involved myself in this thing because I'm like, maybe somebody should say something about that. I was doing like
being a good guy gets you.
And that's what I
fucking headache. That's all being a good guy gets you these days. Because that sounds like it sucks.
I wouldn't classify myself as a good guy, but
well, in this case, you tried to be.
Yeah, lesson learned.
So, sucks to suck. Also, Joshki said, FYI, Bastage is a Johnny Dangerously quote. Never seen it. It's a Michael Keaton movie. That's about all I know.
Oh.
But
Johnny Dangerously. I don't think I've ever seen that either.
Maybe one day.
Ned Steeler is like 1,000 years old, so I don't know when that movie came out. But
Wise Wizard. Hey, need him. And David Smart Jr., thank you for the 2 months. Hail the panel. You make my Monday nights awesome. Vera, don't watch the movie The Iron Lung. And Ryan, are you ready for the Super Bowl this Sunday? I've heard good things about Iron Lung.
I've actually heard not good things about the movie itself, but obviously it's doing very well at the box office compared to its budget, Markiplier, all that stuff
Even though they
attached to
took
it.
it off of the charts.
I can I just be honest about that?
That's what he claims.
I know he's fucking wrong. It's on there today.
Yeah.
Like, I think he used that as like traction. Oh, the industry's against me, and I'm sure he had a lot of issues getting an independent movie.
He got a screenshot of a 5-second blip.
Right, and as somebody who uses the numbers, that website once a week minimum, if there's a big thing I'm paying a lot of attention to, much more than that, it happens quite often that sometimes a handful of movies, a couple studios might be a little late reporting, a couple studios might not have got their stuff in, and it can take a couple hours to update everything. Yeah. So just because it was on there for like Friday and then it wasn't on there Saturday when he checked it, when I checked it, it was there. It was there on Sunday when I checked. It was there Monday when I checked. So personally, congratulations. I think that was a little bit of a look at me, my channel's under attack kind of video. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but it also got more people talking about it. Like, I guess it makes sense why you'd want to do that, but, you know, still is a little bit weird. That is true. But, it is what it is. Net Stealer, thank you for the 5. Ryan, the only man in America that would rather pay $100 a week in DoorDash fees, $40 a month to warm the house, just to be miserable. It's so true. It's so fucking true. Caught in 4K. You are not wrong.
Yeah, you're actually
get a load of this correct opinion.
Yeah, you're actually like so spot on.
Yeah.
You're so spot on with that, Net Stealer. You're right.
Ryan just needs something to bitch about. And if it's going to be, they haven't turned the heat on. Okay, it's a good reason to bitch. But you are 100% correct. You're not wrong at all whatsoever. So let's start with this topic because Ryan seems to be, I don't know, I don't want to say heated about it, but you seem to have some opinions about it. Because when I brought it up before we started the stream, you were mentioning how he previously, just a couple of months ago, had maybe a little bit of a softer take on the situation. But John Lithgow is now facing, I don't want to necessarily say he did this in response to a lot of backlash. Maybe he felt a little bit of pressure to make some sort of more concrete statement, but you know, with
it's tough when we don't have like the video. So this is a film festival and people are just asking questions. So it's tough to know exactly like how everything came up. You know what I mean?
Exactly, because you don't know if he was asked by a shit-ass reporter. You don't know if he just sort of offered up this opinion. You don't know if it like started from a joke or serious conversation. You don't have that context, which can at times be, you know, pretty important, especially when it comes from actors and actresses. But he has now said that J.K. Rowling's anti-trans views are inexplicable, and people insisted I walk away from playing Dumbledore in HBO's Harry Potter, but I chose not to do that. Wow, guys, very stunning and brave of him. So I take this subject extremely seriously. She has created this amazing canon for young people, and it has jumped into the consciousness of the society. It's about good versus evil, kindness versus cruelty. I find her views ironic and inexplicable. I've never met her. She's not really involved in this production at all, but the people who are remarkable. It upsets me when people are opposed to me having anything to do with this, but in Potter canon, you see no trace of transphobic sensitivity. She's written this mediation of kindness and acceptance, and Dumbledore is a beautiful role. It was a hard decision. It made me uncomfortable and unhappy that people insisted I walk away from the job. I chose not to do that. I think that this is so funny because on one hand, it doesn't seem like he's facing any more like pronounced backlash from taking this role, and it's at least from what we see, kind of just like he's coming out and making a statement. But of course, he can't be too heavy-handed in his backlash against Harry Potter because he needs this to do well and he needs to make money off of it. They need it to go all the seasons. They need as much positive press as possible. So it's like it doesn't seem that he was backed into a corner. At least that's not the way that it looks. And then it's just offered up online. Like, I don't. It doesn't seem good.
I think that the most concerning part of this is not the, oh, her views are inexplicable based on the books. Is it really? Are her views inexplicable based on the books she made? So this idea that Harry Potter is all about kindness and acceptance and tolerance and blah, 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 and all this stuff. Is Harry Potter a story about tolerance and acceptance of, say, pureblood mania? Is it tolerance and acceptance of the Death Eaters? Like, oh no, that's just their viewpoints. That's just their opinion. It's okay if they're hurting people. It's okay if people are being harmed because of this ideology. We accept that. We tolerate that. No, it's not. It's not about that at all, actually. There is good and evil in this story.
There is a clear divide in the story.
Right. There's a clear divide in this story, and there's a clear moral. Now, sometimes can it get a little bit complex here and there? Yeah, sure. Not anything like crazy, but maybe a little complex. And maybe, what does this really mean? But there's definitely evil. And what is inexplicable or ironic about J.K. Rowling? Do you think the person who wrote that story, do you think that person, would it be inexplicable for her to think that the rape of female prisoners by male prisoners in a jail is a bad thing? Or do you think she should be tolerant of that? Do you think that person, the idea of, I don't know, harming children. This is kind of a story about children being protected and protecting families, whether it's parents, whether it's just, guardians, like it's a lot about protecting children in Harry Potter. Do you think that the person that wrote that, would they tolerate people being brainwashed into an ideology so they do permanent harm to children? Do you think, like, it's not inexplicable at all? It's not ironic at all. I don't think you actually know what J.K. Rowling has said, John Lithgow, you old fuck, you old piece of shit. I don't think you actually know. If you go to like the full article and like the full quotes, it's like, I've never spoken to her.
Right. So how the fuck do you truly know her opinions? From what you're reading about the way the media is sensationalizing her opinions and taking her out of context, because that's all they do. Every single article you find online about J.K. Rowling, unless it's somebody who says, oh, I actually support her, is somebody taking her out of context.
Yeah. And for the record, from everything that I've seen and all the statements I've seen from J.K. Rowling, I believe her view is that, hey, if you identify as trans, whatever, don't agree with it, don't think it's real, don't think just because you identify as a man that makes you a man, but live your life. But I will stand up for when you're invading female spaces, when you're taking female spots away, when you're taking female awards away, when you're taking athletes' female representation away by trans men competing, like all these different things. That's what she's talking about. Ironically, J.K. Rowling, the reason that I disagree with J.K. Rowling on so many political things is because she is not coming at it from the same point of view as I do when it comes to like transgender people. My main primary concern isn't about like protecting women. It's about calling out like the degeneracy and the insanity of the entire thing. Whereas J.K. Rowling, as a feminist, she's coming at it from a viewpoint of protecting women and women's rights and women's spaces.
Right. That's my problem.
She kind of hates men.
Yeah, she kind of does because she's a modern day feminist. she wants to
she is a old school feminist.
Yes, she's an old school feminist. Yeah, at this point. But she's still a feminist nonetheless. And she still in ways does attack men. It's just that she wants to prop women and women's safety issues above just the safety of society or everybody.
Right. And I truly believe the way J.K. Rowling thinks about it is that it's men trying to take advantage of women.
Yes.
And that's her problem with the entire transgender thing. That's where she derives her view from, as opposed to me. I don't necessarily see it like that. I mostly see it as complete and total moral and sexual depravity and degeneracy and shit like that. But yeah, that's why it's so funny that there's such a backlash against J.K. Rowling for this one viewpoint that disagrees with. But if you actually look at her statements and look at her thoughts and the way she's framed these things and the reason she has these ideas, it is not inexplicable or ironic at all in any way, shape, or form that the person who wrote these stories also feels that way. And it's like, oh, there's not a trace of transphobia in these books. Yeah, you're talking about the series that was written in the 90s. I know, shocker, but in the 90s, right, there wasn't this big craze and this push for kids to cut their dicks off, for fucking men to cosplay as women so they could rape women in fucking prison cells, for like men to dress up and pretend to be women to get access to the female locker room so they can stroke their dick while pretending to be a woman. This wasn't a thing we really dealt with all that much in the 90s. And the rare cases where it did, universally, people were like, wow, fucking pervert, lock them up. So I know it's strange that they didn't address transgender lives in a book that was written in the fucking 90s. Fuck,
yeah. And the thing with, people will constantly sit here and talk about, or inexplicable views. I bet John Lithgow can't say a single statement that she has made from start to finish without either speaking a lie or taking something out of context or reading a statement or repeating a statement that's taken out of context, because I don't think that he believes that he's like the biggest J.K. Rowling, like, he's not the most educated on J.K. Rowling stances, but if you're not educated enough, then shut the fuck up about it, bro. All you are doing is making yourself look worse, and you are making your project look bad. And we saw what happened with Hogwarts Legacy. Clearly, the few people that were very mad over J.K. Rowling's work being adapted into another new video game, their boycott failed. And I don't think that this show can fail, at least in season 1. I think that if it gets so bad, then sure, viewership would drop. But I think season 1 is like a done deal. But things like this are always going to be used against him and against his show. And it's just going to make it harder for people to go, yeah, I want to watch this going forward.
And I actually think, as much as we just focused on the one tiny comment about J.K. Rowling, I think that the much more concerning part of this entire thing is the one sentence. I've never met her. She's not really involved in this production at all. That should be the most concerning thing, because
for anyone it initially was series. Being boasted as, oh, well, she cares about Harry Potter so much and she really wants this to be good and she's very excited for the future of it. But yeah, I mean, you're straight up admitting that you, as somebody, I could fucking get some random, like, background character, actor not meeting her. I get that. But when you are part of the main cast and the main crew, and you are playing one of her most notable characters, and you haven't met her at any extent, and you are straight up admitting that, yes, she hasn't helped with it, and again, she's not really involved in this production, that's a major red flag.
Yes, and like everything that has come out, we've questioned, because so John Lithgow gets cast, and that was the first thing that got announced, and that was a little shocking because J.K. Rowling's rule for the movies was only British actors, right? Only British actors. They didn't want Americans. They wanted to keep it authentic to the source material. And so when John Lithgow, an American, is the first one announced, we're like, okay, should we take that as a warning sign? Because I actually fully believe that John Lithgow can do a very good job as Dumbledore.
He's a good actor. He's a great actor.
And I think that he can put on a good British accent. We've seen that before, so I don't think that should really be concerning. But it was like, okay, what does this mean? Then you get Black fucking Snape.
Right.
And at that point, you're like, okay, what's going on? And so now we hear from John Lithgow, she's not really involved in this production at all. Now in 2023, when this whole thing was announced, that was one of the things. Hey, J.K. Rowling, we're really happy that she's going to be involved in this. She's executive producing, and she's expected to be heavily involved with all the decision-making processes and all of that stuff. We know at one point she was talking to the writers, right, who were like looking to adapt this. But what else is going on? What else is she involved in? Clearly not casting.
It's clearly not going the way that it was initially marketed. Like, it was supposed to be way more content runtime. So that means they can really dive into maybe some of the themes and character backstories that maybe the movies were missing, just because you only can put so much content into a 2-hour or 2.5 hour movie. But in this case, you're going to have 8 hours of content per season. Like, the point that people were initially very excited for here was we are going to be able to delve so much deeper into these characters and their stories. And with J.K. Rowling being attached to it, that sounded like a very good situation. But now, this is just another piece of proof that just highlights you can't fucking trust anybody. And I don't think anybody should trust any of these pieces of shit that are in Hollywood because they do constantly lie. And especially as we see with a lot of creators, they don't really care about what happens to their work as long as they're getting a paycheck. And this just kind of cements it again in the case of J.K. Rowling, because with Hogwarts Legacy, we had heard the same thing. Oh, she wasn't really attached to it. You know, she didn't even get to read any of like the general pieces of information. She didn't get to hear about the characters, the stories. It's not like she showed up to the development studio. Right. She didn't have any say in it at all whatsoever. And it was still a good game for the most part. It just at the same time did have some things that was clearly targeted towards J.K. Rowling and supposed to like piss her off, but it didn't seem to matter because it made so much money that she was like, yeah, go ahead, do its sequel because, hey, it's going to make me more money. We see the same thing here.
Yeah. It fucking makes me sad.
Yeah, it is sad. Because you want things to be good. But at the same time, then you have people like J.K. Rowling who just don't seem to care about protecting their work. And then you have like actors making statements that could be deemed controversial. And then you have the casting decisions that are controversial. And who knows what content they're going to add. We've all been guessing about content they're going to remove or slightly alter, like with Snape's backstory, for example. It's all going to be racism, racism, racism. Harry's dad's a racist. We get it. But never mind the extra additional content that they're going to add.
There is a lot of room for extra shit that's not in the books, things that happen off page. Like the knowledge that we're going to have this discussion that's already been filmed. One of the first things that leaked from the set was Dumbledore talking to Nicholas Flamel.
Yes.
You know, so there is the opportunity for a lot of stuff that happens off page for us to see, which is really cool. But if you don't have the author, like again, reportedly, and J.K. Rowling even put out a statement that she was really excited to work with the writers and stuff like that. So maybe she has been involved in the writing perspective for a lot of these things. But if she's not heavily involved, I don't really want to see anything that's off the page because I don't trust it.
Right, because ultimately she's the only one that can truly understand and control her characters. It's like the and I've seen so many people discussing it about House of the Dragon versus a song or a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, where people are like, oh, he gave up on House of the Dragon, and we see how downhill it went with season 2 and how much more downhill it could go with season 3. And he's basically abandoned that show in order to work on a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I don't know if I fully agree because let's
George
keep
is a
it a
fucking retard.
Right, let's keep it a fucking buck. George R. R. Martin was never somebody who showed up to set every day. That he's not that type of guy. It's not like he's always hands-on and completely hands-on. Sure, in the first few
do you know how often? Do you know how often he was on set for a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms?
Like 2 days.
1 day.
Yeah, like 1 day. That's it.
1 day from the actor who plays Egg.
Right.
I forget his name, but he talked about the 1 day George R. R. Martin showed up on set. Yes, Ansel, whatever the fuck. 1 day. He was also on set for season 2 of fucking House of the Dragon. Right? George, every professional relationship George has like this fucking falls apart because there's a reason George R. R. Martin fucking failed in Hollywood. And it's probably because he doesn't get along with anybody. It's probably because if everything doesn't go exactly his way, he fucking bitches and moans and walks away like a little fucking girl. Like, there's a reason. And it'll happen with this, too. It's going to happen with Knight of the Seven Kingdoms at some point. I think the difference is Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is a bit like, if you were to pick a piece of literature that would be the most easy thing to adapt in the world, it might be a Hedge Knight.
Yeah.
Like, it's so short, it's so concise, it's so easy, so like a very limited number of characters. It's easy.
I'm surprised they didn't do a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm surprised they didn't do that in between Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon to try to like break up the tone and the pacing.
Well, do you know why they didn't?
No.
There's a blog post from George R.R. Martin.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
2017.
Yes.
I think
Yes, there
2017,
is.
there's a blog post from George R.R. Martin on his
Yeah.
Not a Blog where he says, I have a lot of people asking if we're going to do an adaptation of Dunk and Egg. There will be
Yeah.
he's like, there will be no Dunk and Egg TV show. At least not until I've written all of the stories. I have 8 or 9 or 10 or a dozen other Dunk and Egg stories rattling up in my head. And I don't want the same thing that happened with the show to happen with these books. So someday when I've written all the stories I have to tell about Dunk and Egg, then we'll do a TV show.
And that never happens. This fucking guy. I swear to God, this guy pisses me off so fucking much. I hate George R. R. Martin. I love his work. I do. Don't get me wrong. But Jesus fucking Christ. Every 5 minutes, it's some sort of statement about the progress he's making and about how they're not going to do an adaptation. And well, never turns out to be the case. But yikes. I don't know. I can't say I expect much more from George R. R. Martin at this point. He infuriates me to no extent. I feel like he's got a blog post for everything at this point.
It's like a
fascism. We're not. Yeah.
It's like a Trump tweet for everything, basically.
Yeah. It might have had context once, but now you could use it completely out of context to talk about a new topic or a new situation. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. What are your thoughts on the new episode of Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
I didn't like it as much as episode 2, but I liked it. I felt the very end was slightly rushed in terms of, the big reveal at the end. I think we needed more jousting. Like, we needed a lot more tournament. We got 2 jousts that we got to see and really only 1. Which is slightly disappointing to me. Everything that was there, I really liked.
Right. It was good. It just needed more.
And, the first 10 minutes when you see just all these Dunk and Egg interactions and them making fun of each other and them really building this bond that's, happened in a very short time. I loved all of that stuff. They have such great chemistry, and I love them on screen when it's just them.
Yeah. I think the cast for this is so fucking good, and them together is fantastic.
It is, yeah. What do you think of it?
I thought it was pretty good. I agree that I wish that we had gotten more in terms of like jousting. I also wish that like maybe there was a little bit more in terms of that conversation between Raymond and Dunk right before Little Egg comes in, is like, no, we need you to come. We need you to come. Like, I wish that there was a little bit more in terms of like them talking about the Targaryens, because I feel like that also would have been a great opportunity for them to throw in more of the lore that George has created. But I also get that they want this to be a normie friendly show, and like they don't want to push too much of that onto people. I think it was a perfect opportunity, but I do wish that the reveal at the end was a little bit more impactful. I don't know.
It's tough because it's like we know, we knew exactly what was going to happen. We know all of these things. I didn't love the musical choice. I didn't love the musical choice at the end. It's like it felt very like out of universe, kind of like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Over dramatic.
It was supposed to be too dramatic, which I guess I can understand because it literally was happening during a fucking puppet show. So it's like it's supposed to be like dramatic. It makes sense as to the tone of what had been happening 30 seconds before. But yeah, it's supposed to be like, oh my gosh, a mid-season shocker. Like, seriously, cut me some fucking slack.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you'd have to really have your head in the sand, even if you didn't know about the story. I think you'd have to have kind of your head in the sand and blinders on to be watching this blind and have no idea that
and be shocked that this is the case.
Yeah, and be shocked with it. Whereas I think when you're reading the book, if you go in blind and you read that book, I do think it's pretty shocking.
I think that's the case though, because you're also not seeing this actors' expressions. Like, he's horrified every time he hears about Aerion or he sees the Targaryen sigil. Like, he is shocked. He's surprised. He wants to get away from that situation. So there's that extra depth being added to these performances that almost make it too obvious in a way.
Right. And I think it's fun, but that's what I mean. Where like the music and like the camera cuts seem very like dramatic and over the top.
Yeah.
I still really like the episode. I did like the addition of the suggestion, the offer to Dunk that he intentionally goes in to a tilt against somebody where a win is guaranteed. It's really challenging his honor. You know, I like that idea. I like that it's something like Dunk is sitting there trying to struggle with, and that we do see what a good guy Dunk is, that he doesn't want to win that way and shit. Because that was an addition. Yeah, I agree with you. When Raymond Foss away, when he's having that conversation, that goes on for much longer in the book, obviously. However, in a very short time period, I feel like that's one of the things I like about this show.
Yeah.
I feel like with very little time and only a few lines, they're very
adding these little,
they're very much conveying
like set pieces almost.
What the state of the world is like, what the state of the people who aren't in the royal family, what they feel like, how Dunk is kind of so naive in his belief that all knights should just be good people and all lords should just be good people, but that's not the way the fucking world works. Like him's comments about the Targaryen family and him going off on the Targaryens, you know, every one of these pale-haired cunts that gets birthed out is badder than the last. They came here, they enslaved us, they burned our towns, they burned our farms, and now this is just the way it is. We're supposed to fucking love them still. My favorite line was something to the effect of, the best thing a Targaryen could do is finish on his wife's tits.
Yeah.
So they don't pop out any more of those alien bastards.
Ooh, it was pretty good, yeah. I mean, I think for me, and I get that it's supposed to just be like a very small snippet to the episode. I think one of the best parts of the fucking episode is when Aerion gets hit in the head with the rock. The mask slightly falls. First of all, I thought that was great. And you just see Baelor going, oh my fucking God, here we go. It's not even his kid, and he's fucking pissed at this guy. Like, he's so sick of his shit, because he knows he's gonna throw a fit. He knows that something's about to happen. After years and years and years of trying to fix the Targaryen reputation, he's like, oh shit, here we go. It's all over for us.
Yeah, like, that's why they're here. That's why they're at this backwater.
They're not doing it because they thought it was going to be fun and rainbows and sunshine. You know, they're doing it for a specific fucking reason. Yeah. I thought that was just a great addition, though. And
Aerion is such just a fucking cocksucker. He really is a piece of shit. And we were talking about in the reaction, and someone was like, is Aerion worse than Joffrey? And
well, Joffrey's a much larger scale and scope. Like, and Aerion really, he doesn't, I mean, obviously we don't have a lot of detail as to what Aerion has done. One could imagine he's caused hell for a lot of other people. Well, all you see is Tansel, and then, you know, what happens in these next couple of episodes, but...
Joffrey is Aerion, and Aerion is Joffrey. It's one of like the 5 characters that George just writes over and over again.
Well,
and we will find, small spoilers, but we will find out that, you know, Aerion fucking tortures his brothers and family. Aerion would like go into fucking Egg's room and put a knife between his legs and say, hey, I have enough brothers. What if I make a sister? He fucking killed his pets. He killed his fucking
cat
animals.
Down the well.
Yeah. And then Daron, what does Daron say? Something like, wait, is Daron the drunkard? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
he's the oldest.
I can't wait for more interactions with him. Because
because now he's gonna actually be a part of this story, because we've only seen him for 2 seconds.
I love a lot of his lines in the books. Because he's just kind of
he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't really give a fuck. He's kind of miserable. He's kind of a coward. He's a funny character. He's a funny character.
Fun.
And he's probably pretty fucked up because he has dreams.
It's true, but they are releasing the new episode early this week. They're releasing it on Friday. I didn't see a time. I'd assume it's the same time slot since it's being shifted around, but they said
It's not.
obviously it's not. What time does it
No.
release?
3 in the fucking morning on Friday.
Oh shit. Hell yeah.
See, that's why you were like, I'm so happy they changed the release. And like, I'm not. It fucking releases at a random ass time in the morning.
Hell yeah, I'll be up.
Yeah, you're fucking weird.
What do you mean I'm fucking weird? What do you
up
mean
at 3 in the
I'm
morning.
weird? Sometimes I'm streaming pretty close to that time. You know?
I can't do that. I'm too old for that shit.
That's the way it goes. But I'm very excited for that. And hey, I view it as a win. You know, I got something good out of the stupid bowl this year. At least I get to see Dunkin' Egg early. But I do
we
think,
did get a Master Aemon mention in this.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
Not by name, but he
No.
was mentioned.
It's true. Do you think it's a little bit shocking that Maekar is the one that's going out looking for his boys? Because that wasn't established in the book.
I don't think so. I think that makes sense. Like,
I think that my
he's
problem
got a
is
lot
that
of investment. One, there is children, and two, he fucking desperately wants his son there so he can fight.
True. I think though that because he's a little bit different in the show than he was kind of in the book, I wonder if that's why I feel like kind of weird about it. Because in this, it's like he wants Daron to be there and to be able to partake in the jousting and like show up for House Targaryen, but also like there's only a day's worth of time in space that they could have gone missing in. Like I feel like he wouldn't care based on the version that we're seeing in the show.
I don't think he really.
I mean, he's literally scoffing at the word chivalry, you know? He doesn't seem very
It's not
caring.
I don't think it's so much that he just loves his sons that much. I think it's more that
get the fuck away from Arian.
I think it's very embarrassing for him.
It is, yeah.
That's what it's about. And Maekar is very sensitive about the way he's perceived, especially in comparison to his perfect brother.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's what I think.
I'm excited for the new episode, and then 2 more weeks, and then it's all over, and then we get to watch House of the Dragon Season 3 and see if it's going to be as bad as Season 2. I did not like Season 2. I just didn't like it as much. I liked Season 1 a lot. Season 2 just felt very weird. Like, you have someone like fucking Matt Smith, and you're just... I personally feel like that storyline's wasting him. I felt like there's more they could have done.
Stuff from Season 2.
Yeah, I just didn't.
Because here's the thing with House of the Dragon. This one, we have 4 seasons that's basically being adapted from like 30 pages of books.
Yes.
So
that's true.
Daemon is a fucking cool character. He's one of George's favorite characters in the entire fucking Song of Ice and Fire. However, Daemon in the story takes Harrenhal and then fucks off and does nothing for like 3 years, basically.
Yeah.
Right? So you had to have him do something. And I actually really enjoyed a lot of the fucking dreams and shit that we saw with him a lot. I like Daemon's arc. And I wonder... I do think there's a chance we might not see him in season 4.
I don't
if I were them,
I don't think there's any possible way.
If I were them, I would hold off on that until like
the last episode,
season 4.
Yeah,
I
think they'll have it. I think they'll have it this season, just like second to last episode.
If I were them, I would desperately try to hold that off till episode 1 of season 4, so that you can still have Matt Smith be advertising Daemon as part of this show for that 4th season. You know what I mean? Because I do think he's a lot of people's favorite character.
Yeah, fair enough. It is what it is. Albert, thank you for the Canadian 10. Hey, I emailed some 4th of July EFAP screen ideas I made on my laptop to Ryan. Please take a look and let me know which ones you like best. Feel free to share with Vera.
I will check it out, Albert, not a retro. 4th of July EFAP screen ideas.
Cool. I'll have to remind him. Hey Ryan, when are we playing video games? Got any more news?
Relooted's not out yet.
No, but are you gonna be ready when Reloaded comes out?
Sure.
You're not convinced. I'm not convinced that you're convinced.
Sure.
SBZ, thank you for the 5 bad mood Ryan tax. I don't think ranting Ryan is necessarily bad mood Ryan, though.
I was definitely in a bad mood earlier today. I will freely admit that I was in a very bad mood. I'm in a better mood now. But
Yeah.
I still, want to die and everything. Let's not get it twisted. But
Does that ever really go away, though?
I'm in a more normal mood now.
Well, that feeling went away for you for like maybe 3 weeks, and then it came back. So I think you got a good 3 weeks, though.
I would say like there was like a month, and there was like a month where I felt very happy. I don't know what was going on. I really did.
That's
but now,
tough.
back to normal.
Back to the norm. Albert, thank you for the
Waited.
10. Looking at somebody like Blair White, she'd probably get raped no matter where she went to prison, since she still has her man part. I don't think many trans women are barely. I think that it's tough, right? Because not to get too deep into the conversation, but what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to put somebody in the category they want to be categorized in? Do you put them in their original category? There's going to be people who are going to argue we should make prison specifically for them. Like, that barely get any use. But
you put people in their actual fucking gendered locations.
well, yeah, I mean that is ultimately what I would say. But like, I also do get like you look at someone like Blair White, and it's
she
like
goes to a male prison,
right? Like clearly she looks a specific way. I don't know. It is what it is. Everybody should be categorized based on their biological gender, and that's that.
Yeah,
makes
agreed.
It makes it that easy.
And like I hear what you're saying. It's like 99.9% of times that there's going to be
that's
no
not the way that they're going to look.
Right, but in that specific situation, sorry, you're the one that has delusions. You're the one that has mental illness. You're the one that decided to do this to yourself. You're the one that fucking got and then you committed a crime. So you're going to fucking jail. And because you decided to try to look like a woman, you're probably going to get raped even more than you would
ultimately,
anyway.
you're
But
still a criminal. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's kind of where my line of respect kind of ends. Sorry. And thank you for the 5. Trish Reagan posted a video titled Disney CEO quits his woke company goes belly up. Looks like Bob Iger stepping down. I saw
again, his contract runs out at the end of this year.
Yeah.
So we've always known that the next CEO is going to be named in probably the next week or two when they hold the vote. Right. Which is likely going to be Josh D'Amaro. The difference is, although it seemed like everyone felt like Bob Iger was going to stay on for the next year, basically, even after being naming the successor to kind of guide or whatever, it feels like most people believe that's probably going to be only a couple month time period before he steps down. But I do think we're going to have a little bit of time before that happens. But this isn't exactly breaking news.
Yeah, no.
Even though a lot of people are hearing about it for the first time.
Yeah, I mean there are some articles being written on it. Bob Iger stepping down as Disney CEO before the end of 2026. We've known that. Like his contract was previously extended, and I mean, it's like how long can we ever have expected him to stay around? Like I never really thought it sounded like he was going to be extended yet again, and he was still going to be here past 2026. But
for the past year,
yeah,
they have been doing the search for the successor, and it's really just between Dana Waldron, who's in charge of some entertainment stuff at Disney, or Josh D'Amaro, who's in charge of parks. I always kind of felt it was going to be Josh D'Amaro, and I think that's a bad idea. Because quite frankly, people that really love the theme parks aren't super happy with Josh D'Amaro for the past couple of years. Now you can point to, hey, the theme parks make the most money for Disney. It's like, yes, they do. Bob Chapek was the guy at the parks, and he wasn't exactly loved by park people before he took over as CEO. That didn't exactly work out well. Also, Josh D'Amaro, I think 2 years ago at D23, was it, when they made the big reveals about the new additions to the theme parks and he got booed off the fucking stage?
Yes.
Like I don't know.
I remember like I think it was the end of 2024, early 2025. There were there was a report going around that Andrew Wilson was kind of in this potential race, which sounded insane, but also it didn't, because look at how much money he made EA based off
Yeah, the EA guy.
microtransactions.
Yeah.
So like that, even that had. I always thought it sounded maybe a little bit far-fetched because he's literally worth, hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, why the fuck would he care? But he was also allegedly in talks, which he would have been the worst case scenario possible.
It's a very similar case to Lucasfilm. If they really wanted a shakeup, right? If this was
they'd hire somebody completely new.
They'd bring in somebody from outside the company. Now, that would be shocking for Disney based on the way they normally do things. But no, it was either going to be the person who's in charge of their entertainment stuff, and who's been involved in ABC stuff for a long time, and Dana Waldron, or it was going to be Josh D'Amaro, who's been running the theme parks. Both inside hires that are getting promoted.
Right. It's not somebody from the outside that they're bringing in who they're like, you know what? It's finally time to change things up. We've given this a go. It hasn't worked. That's not the fucking case.
Yeah. Naked Anime Girls in the chat says, thought the thumbnail said, fuck my wife. No, this is not a James Gunn podcast.
It is not. I hate James Gunn. He will not be invited on this podcast. But also,
why not?
Why not? Because he's a little fucking cuck bitch. James Gunn is an awful director. He should not be at the helm of DC. And I don't want to have a 2-hour podcast episode of us talking about how he lets other men fuck his wife. Like, I'm good. I am so all set on that.
The fact that there's been so many people that have fucked his wife, we could do a 2-hour podcast on it is kind of crazy.
Well, that's like bare minimum, That's barely scratching the tip of the iceberg. Like, that's not even enough time. I don't think.
Barely like just the tips of all the dicks that have been in James Gunn's wife while he watches. Yeah, the fact that Christina Hodson's writing the Batman movies kind of crazy.
That's so stupid. Like, holy shit. How much worse of a choice can you get?
What if James Gunn directs it?
Wouldn't
that be funny?
No.
You don't want a James Gunn Batman?
No. Why would I want a James Gunn Batman? It wouldn't even be funny to laugh at. It would just be pain.
Yeah.
That's all that it would be. I'd just be fucking depressed. I'm already depressed.
I'm looking forward to The Batman 2.
If you think it's ever actually going to come out at this point?
Yes. What do you mean?
It will. Just in a long time. They haven't even started filming. They haven't even finished casting yet.
They got everybody set up. Sebastian Stan?
I don't know. He's a good actor.
What a missed cast. He should have been Mad Hatter.
He would have been a great Mad Hatter.
It also would have matched his role from Once Upon a Time.
It's true. I don't know.
Little known Sebastian Stan role.
Yeah.
You had to watch the first 2 or 3 seasons of Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time was so bad. It was so bad. It was bad. Do you want me to say it again? It was trash. It was terrible.
What was bad about it?
I don't know. Everything. The sets, the costumes, the acting. Like, holy fucking shit. True description of an ABC original.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. Again, you're not talking about, this is not like an HBO.
They also had what's his name from fucking 50 Shades of Grey in it. He was Robin Hood. The guy that plays Mr. Grey in 50 Shades of Grey.
I've never seen 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, I'm shocked you haven't ever seen like the clips or the poster for it, but that guy,
I would say I haven't seen it because I'm not a girl.
He plays Robin Hood.
I would say I haven't seen it because I'm not a girl. However,
I've actually never seen 50 Shades of Grey. And I've never read it.
You're very acquainted with the
I'm not like the other girls. It always just seemed fucking stupid because it's like it was like a Twilight fan fiction.
Yeah.
So I'm good. I don't even want to sit through watching Twilight. Never mind having to watch through the fucking Twilight fan fiction.
I feel like Once Upon a Time's kind of a girly show, but I have watched all of Once Upon a Time.
Yeah. Well, you also think that Kingdom Hearts is a girly game.
I think that's a gay game. There's a difference between girly and gay.
Oh, okay.
There is a difference between those things.
Well, fair enough. Kingdom Hearts is good, like to a certain extent, but also rather play the games, like other games, especially ones that the characters are also in.
Once Upon a Time is like, it is definitely like heavy on the kind of cringe factor when it comes to some stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's a very like wholesome show about hope and happy endings and shit like that. And yeah, I like Once Upon a Time.
Fair enough. I'm glad we have that audio clip. He likes Once Upon a Time.
I've talked about it
Very
before.
manly. Very manly, Ryan. I'm proud of you. Speak your truth.
Every fucking girl had a crush on Captain Hook when that thing was coming out. Killian Jones.
I don't even remember the actor's face, so can't say I'm part of that group.
Okay.
Don't even remember. Super T 187. Thank you for the $10 super sticker. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. And Albert, not a retro. Thank you for the 2. Ryan knows that I know how to handle the DCEU.
You can't be worse than James Gunn, Albert.
100%. I mean, I've always said it. If I could get my hands on Rocksteady, I would make a Gotham Sirens game where they're just they're past Arkhamverse versions, and it's big titty Harley, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, all playable. I'd make them $1 billion easy.
There you go.
It's just that easy. But these stupid fucking cuck 500-pound blue-haired land whales don't know what to do with all that cake.
Over on Rumble, Deeds, Minnesota, with 1 and then 5 for a total of 6 gifted subscriptions on Rumble. Thank you very much, Deeds. Shout out. I bet it's cold in Minnesota right now.
Yeah.
Really cold.
Icy cold.
So we had like legit fucking ice. So there's a picture of the ball at Universal, and there's just icicles coming from the bottom of it. It looks fucking crazy. Which shit's not supposed to happen in Florida, Vera.
You're acting like it's the apocalypse, though. Like, I know it's not normal.
It's the ice apocalypse.
I know it's not normal there, but also it's just a little bit of ice and snow. Well, it's not even snow, but like cold temperatures.
I'm not acting like it's the apocalypse, just a fucking inconvenience.
Yeah, fair enough. It must be inconvenient, though.
I act like it's the end of the world when my fucking order gets messed up. Are you shocked that I have complaints about it being fucking cold in a place that I live where it's not supposed to be cold?
That is true.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, Ice Age coming back.
Definitely. Ryan, it's your favorite show. We get to talk about it yet again. Neil Cuckman's favorite. It certainly seems that way. HBO boss gives clearest indication yet that The Last of Us will end with season 3. Man, I'm just so heartbroken over this. It's so fucking funny to me that for years, Neil was like, it's just the toxic gamers who don't like my story. It's your fault and you're the problem if you're not enjoying the content we've created. But then, as soon as it hits normie audiences, as soon as normal moviegoers and TV viewers are watching it, and they tune out because of the Joel in 1 section, right? As soon as they lose the audience, then suddenly it can't just be the evil chud losers. It's almost like it was a stupid fucking decision from the get-go. And we were actually right the whole time. And now nobody's gonna watch their show. They're out of source material and they don't have talented enough writers to actually work on anymore. We're not gonna be getting The Last of Us V3 or Part 3 anytime soon. I don't think that they're ever gonna create it. Because right now we know that they're working on Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. So
it's a dead franchise now. Yeah. Remember after The Last of Us Part 2 when Neil Cuckman promised people that they were going to get that multiplayer game, Factions or whatever.
Yes.
He promised that, I know you guys have been waiting for this because they didn't make the announcement on Last of Us Day or Contagion Day or whatever. For that, they changed the name of it because of COVID.
Because they didn't want to offend people.
They didn't want to offend
That's
people.
That's the audience that they've been targeting this entire fucking time, is that they changed the name of their fictional day because it might bother a few people.
As if COVID was the first time anyone ever got sick.
Right.
You know, so Contagion Day, I think that's what it was called.
I think so.
Contagion Day was not offensive to all the people whose ancestors died in the Spanish flu, or to the person whose grandma died because they got pneumonia or some shit. Like,
It was
anything.
so it was called Outbreak Day.
Outbreak Day.
And
there
then they
Outbreak
just
Day.
called it now The Last of Us Day.
Right.
Because Outbreak is so terrible.
Right.
They needed to rebrand it.
So because they had to change it because COVID was going on at the time, and some people were getting a cold, some people were getting a little bit sick, getting a cough, and they had to change it, which is so fucking gay. But on that day, I think after The Last of Us Part 2 release, Neil Druckmann promised everybody that they were going to get the game they'd been waiting for, the multiplayer factions, the second one. That never came to fruition, ever. It's a dead franchise. No one has any interest in 3. And the funniest thing is, 5 years apart, we saw 2 completely different audiences with the exact same reaction. We saw the first season very well received, just like the first game was very well received. The second game got fucking rejected. The second season got completely and totally rejected. They lost about half of their audience with the game, and they lost about half of their audience with season 2. It's so funny because the writing was on the wall. We said what was going to happen. We told you what would happen. You did it anyway, and then it happened. And despite them like, maybe we could do 4 seasons, we might be able to do 4 seasons with this guys. Oh no, we're only doing 3. Sorry.
Yep, exactly. So of course, you know, I actually think that it's interesting that the media, in this case IGN, is even admitting that there was a mixed response, because generally they'll say something like, oh, there's a mixed response, but it's coming from bigots, or they'll add some additional context. They didn't in this case. They just said, despite the mixed response to season 2 and the subsequent departure of Naughty Dog franchise creator Neil Druckmann, HBO boss Casey Bloys has backed showrunner Craig Mazin's ability to continue on, and to do so successfully despite the series' lead actors changing. But exactly how long the series would continue has been a topic of debate. In May last year, Mazin indicated a 4th season was pretty much essential for the series, and speaking to Collider, he agreed that in order to wrap up the Last of Us story from the 2 Naughty Dog developed video games in season 3 would mean season 3 itself would take forever. So there was a decent chance season 3 would be longer than season 2, and at the end of the day, there's no way to complete this narrative in a 3rd season. And he had continued, hopefully we'll earn our keep enough to come back and finish it in a 4th. That's the most likely outcome. However, well, womp womp womp. And a new interview.
A great article from IGN. Like, honestly, this is a good article from IGN by like setting them up, saying, hey, mixed response, saying that, hey, he told us fucking a year ago that they desperately needed season 4, and they were hoping that they showed just how much people needed it with season 2. They'd prove their value, and they'd get it season 4. And then fast forward a year later, he says, actually, no, we won't get a season 4. Like, that's actually a good
Don't give
article.
IGN any credit.
I will.
No.
Good article.
No. It says, however, in a new interview with Deadline, he gave a pretty clear indication that Mazin won't get the chance to make season 4. Deadline asked if Bloys could confirm that the upcoming seasons of Hacks and The Last of Us were their final seasons, and he responded with, it certainly seems that way, but on decisions like that, we will defer to the showrunners so you can ask them. So it's basically, hey, don't ask me and don't point your pitchforks at me because I don't know for sure. But clearly, I think that at this point, they would clearly know based on what they are writing. Like, they are clearly would have to either write something that basically ends the story of The Last of Us 2 in season 3, or something that would allow them to continue into a season 4, unless maybe they just wouldn't be told until like the 3rd season comes out and they judge it. But I just highly doubt that.
I mean, look, HBO has been a little finicky with the way they run some of these things.
Yeah,
Take House of the Dragon season 2, for instance, when it was supposed to be 10 episodes. And then HBO, because they're in the middle of cutting costs so they can sell Warner Brothers and try to pretend like they're not losing as much money as they actually are, they come back and they say, hey, by the way, we know you've already written the series, and we know that you're currently filming the series, and we know that there's a writer's strike going on, so you can't actually rewrite anything, but you can only have 8 episodes instead of 10. Sorry. You know, like, they do some wonky things sometimes.
Yeah, no, they definitely do. And so, like, I understand. I don't know, actually. are they done writing it, or this next season, or are they still writing it?
I don't wait for House of the Dragon.
No, season
Oh,
3 of this.
Last of Us. I got no fucking idea.
Last
I
of
don't.
Us
I don't.
season 3.
I don't pay close enough attention to their bullshit. I didn't watch season 2. I didn't watch season 1. I won't watch season 3. I will make
Okay,
fun
so
of Bella Ramsey's Down syndrome.
Production has started. It is supposed to release in 2027. Okay. I was just double checking, but
you know, ironically, even if they had still adapted just the way that they did, if they had just cast somebody else as Ellie, like I do think that the reaction would have been different. You know what I mean?
I think that the actress that played Abby could have played a good Ellie.
Well, certainly.
Yeah.
Anyone that doesn't look like a fucking retarded non-binary potato.
I always say that she reminds me of like a Victorian child dying of the Black Plague. I don't know. She just looks like she is not for our time. She'd fit in better somewhere else.
I've said this consistently about Bella Ramsey. There are roles for her in Hollywood. Take Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and period pieces where she could have a fucking pig slop pie shoved in her face as she's going down the fucking
when you're trying to show these like ugly, disgusting peasants with like a history of inbreeding and like medieval shit.
Yes,
1,000% there's room for her because she looks like she's got genetic defects. Yes. It doesn't make sense to cast her in this role. It never made sense to cast her in this role. She is distractingly ugly.
Yep.
And also a fucking weirdo, non-binary, they, them freak. Degenerate piece of shit. So yeah, like just nothing over the last 2 centuries, I think you'd be saying.
Yeah, no, I agree. I also think that continuing on a show like this into an extended amount of seasons, in this case they're definitely doing season 3, they're putting the question mark on season 4. I think that the issue that they face is just people are no longer in love with this. And The Last of Us Part 1, obviously, I think it's an amazing game. I know a lot of people think it's an amazing game. Like, it was a really good story. It seemed like it was a great basis for what could have been an amazing set of games. But the first game had sold 17 million copies in roughly 4 years, and that also counts the remasters. Last of Us Part 2 has sold, from what we know, 10 million copies in the same 4 years to now 5 years. But
they lost nearly half their audience.
Yeah. So what are they going to lose if they continue stretching out these seasons? You know, I already think that we're going to see I don't want to say quite the same, but a similar percentage decline in interest going from season 2 to season 3. Never mind if they go from season 3 to season 4 or season 4 to a season 5. I mean, look at what's happened with like The Witcher, for example, and how much they fucked The Witcher up. It started good. It never started as perfectly as it could have, but it has still declined in viewership and scores and how much the audience likes it, even though they had a lot of source material. And in the case of The Last of Us, they don't have any more source material. So in theory, they could make things better, but how do you do that without having a character like Joel anymore? You know, I don't see a way.
No, all you can do is try to make Abby more likable, and I think that's what they attempted to do in season 2. Like that's all you can do is try to make that character more likable.
You mean Ellie?
And bro, we still have all like the trans kid and stuff, right? Lev or whatever that kid's name is. The one who gets
I forgot about that. Yeah,
Geralt punched. Like that, we haven't even seen that kid yet, have we?
No, we haven't. Because they split season 2 off in like a really weird place. But I think that was because they were hoping to milk like a bunch of other seasons. It's terrible. And now we're getting Intergalactic from Naughty Dog. I know. I
can't wait.
Ryan, you're personally so excited. That might be the first game you actually play as a single player game in a long time.
I'm not gonna play that game.
Yeah, you will. Come on.
I didn't play so
you're not so excited for the next probably $500 million quadruple A story experience? Come on, Ryan.
I am not a big, if people have watched me for a long time, I'll talk about things that are out there. I'll call out things. I am not a big, like, I'm calling for a boycott of this. I very
No,
much think
I don't call for boycotts either,
right,
but
I
I
think
will
everybody
still
should
call it
be
fucking stupid, and I will
right.
still say I'm not going to consume it.
I think like it's not my place to tell anybody you have to boycott this. You can make your own decisions based on the things I'm saying.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog is one of the very few things that truly I will never fucking play anything from them, period. Not even to review it or roast it. It's why I didn't watch season 1. It's why I didn't watch season 2. It's fucking personal, you know? Like they tried to take down my channel, Vera. They struck your videos. They
Fuck
struck
Naughty
my
Dog.
videos.
That's how
Fuck Naughty Dog.
That's how we knew each other. That's how we
Correct.
met. Was
That's
fuck
how we
Naughty
met
Dog.
was through hate. Fuck Naughty Dog, right?
Yep.
So I have no interest in anything. I will not play Intergalactic the Heritage Prophet. I will, however, profit off the backlash. I will absolutely
Hell
do that.
yeah. I didn't stream Last of Us Part 2. I didn't want to because I thought it looked like fucking trash and I didn't want to support them. Because I remember, like, I think it was roughly 6 months before the game came out, all those leaks released, and then like the journos were coping. They're like, no, 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 you shouldn't believe everything you read online. It's fake. It's fake. Now they'd say, oh, it's AI leaks and it's all made up by the toxic grifter chuds. But they were like, no, you should still play it. You don't know for sure that this is going to happen. We literally see the fucking video of Joel's head getting smashed like a watermelon. Clearly, we know that it's real. But they were like, no, man, it's still so far away. Nobody's got their hands on copies. Sure than shit. That's what happened. And it's so infuriating. But
yeah, I mean, when they started copyright strike and everything, it was pretty clear that it was real.
well, yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah.
They're just trying to protect their brand. They don't want people releasing fake footage of their brand. Come on.
And look, there was so much stuff for Last of Us, like the trailers in which they faked scenes between Ellie and Joel. Like they sold
and then they said
game.
how it was actually like cut footage or whatever the fuck.
Right.
You've done 87 remasters and remakes since then. How about you just fucking release that cut footage, huh? If it actually exists.
Well, it wasn't it was not cut footage. It was intentionally misleading footage for the trailer.
It was,
right?
yeah.
It was because they wanted to sell you another Joel and Ellie game. And that's what the trailers showed it as.
I mean, unless I'm thinking of a different game, there were like pieces of footage that we didn't actually see in the game.
Correct, because if you remember, the scene when Joel shows back.
Well, no, yeah, you're saying that it was edited and snipped together, which I do understand, but I also thought that there was like additional footage that just wasn't used at all in the game.
There wasn't. It was.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different game around that time.
Specifically for marketing. So
the
scene in which Ellie is like about to go out the door and she gets stopped and pulled back, and she turns around and it's Joel there. It wasn't Joel in the game. It was Jesse.
Right.
Like they made that clip just for the trailer. There's also another scene that's a conversation between old Ellie and old Joel that was actually a conversation between their younger versions. But they aged them up and they aged up Joel for the trailer to make you think that that's what they were talking about now, as opposed to it being a flashback scene. Because the whole thing was told on another Ellie Joel adventure, only to flip it on you in the first hour of the fucking game. And really, because no one, if you had sold this game as an Abby Ellie game, they would not have sold 10 million copies. It wouldn't even be fucking close to that. But yeah.
That's so, it's so, every time I think my hatred for Naughty Dog is finally like dying down a little bit, like Neil Cuckman says something, or I simply just remember what happened in The Last of Us Part 2, and I'm enraged again. Because yeah, it's not the same as like the Arkhamverse being fucked up, because in that case, we had multiple amazing games, great storylines. In The Last of Us's case, we only got one game. But I still like that one game, and I still wanted that one game to be good, like, or the second game to be good, or as good as the first game. But that didn't happen because, well, we see who's in charge, and that they just don't care about respecting their customers or making people happy. And they make dumb ass decisions like this. So.
They like to make themselves happy.
They do. They do. It's unfortunate.
Neil Druckmann got fired, which is also funny.
Neil Druckmann, I would be fine if he disappeared tomorrow. We never heard from him again.
Yeah, I'd be fine if he died. I agree.
Well, I'm not necessarily saying dying, just
I wouldn't care.
removed from the public eye and just disappeared.
I wouldn't care if he
That'd
died.
be fine.
I'm not sitting there rooting for
Well,
it,
he
but
wouldn't
it would
care
not
if we
affect me at all.
died, so yeah, I mean, in theory, I wouldn't care if he died either.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, that sucks.
I think, look,
anyway,
I'm just gonna be honest. I think it's like a big moral difference between celebrating someone's death or being happy they died with being indifferent that they died. The same way when it's like shit that's going down in like Minnesota or people that were kind of indifferent that Charlie Kirk died. It's like, I don't think I think being indifferent to someone's death isn't the end of the fucking world. It's way different than celebrating or encouraging or cheering on their death, you know?
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I agree. Albert, thank you for the 5. You mean you haven't read that email yet, Ryan? I sent it to you quite a while ago. Sheesh almighty, brother. You know what? I'm going to fucking screenshot this shit and I'm going to send it to you. And I'm going to ping you once a fucking hour until you read this, okay?
All right. It'll probably go the same way as you talking about playing video games, but
probably
weird that you would take the same tactic.
But at least I'm annoying you. And then eventually you're going to be so annoyed that either you'll block me, which hallelujah, I'm free, or second of all, you'll actually do the thing you're supposed to do.
All right.
So either way, to be honest, I only win in this scenario.
Fair enough. Yeah. I respect the thought process.
Yeah. Thread, thank you for the $4.99. The main character and evil witch in Once Upon a Time were hot.
Yeah, Regina as the evil queen.
I don't remember anybody be on that show being exceptionally like beautiful or handsome or like they just were like mid-tier actors.
I mean, it was a network television show.
Well, yeah.
In the era where network television shows were relevant and common and like happen all the time. Right. I do think the evil queen. So especially in the all the flashback scenes, like when they were
in like the actual world, yeah,
in the Enchanted Forest and everything, all of the women were just wearing like fucking their tits were
like
out,
corsets that would like
and stuff,
plump up their breasts and like really like tight dresses. Yeah,
a completely different look compared to when she's like the mayor of that town and in her pantsuits and everything.
Yeah,
but yeah,
fair enough.
It went on. It should have ended after season 6. I'll say that.
How many seasons did it go?
Mistake. Huh?
Was it just 7 seasons?
It was 7 seasons. It should have ended in season 6.
Probably 7 seasons too many if there's 7.
No.
I think I watched like 3 or 4.
Almost. I'm going to tell you. You probably stopped watching during the Frozen arc.
Yes.
Everybody,
I did.
Everybody.
Too modern for me. I'm fine with fucking Captain Hook and Tinkerbell. As soon as it gets to modern shit, I'm out.
So almost every person to a T that I've ever talked to about the show says that they stopped watching during the Frozen arc, which is in season 4. And
Elizabeth Lail's a good actress, though.
What's that?
Elizabeth Lail. She's also in FNAF. She's a good actress.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes.
But I did not like the Frozen arc either. The second part of that season I actually think is pretty good. Season 5's all right. Season 6 is like kind of weird, but it has a really good ending, I think, and was the perfect way to like end it. But then they did one more season.
I've seen like individual clips of the other seasons. I've just never sat down and watched.
Look, I am not like all the seasons. I am not. This is not a Breaking Bad. Fucking,
right? It's like this is so underrated. You have to watch this. You're like these fucking One Piece enjoyers that you always complain about. Oh man, as soon as you get through arc 37 to 49, after that, it's smooth sailing and so much better.
No, this is like a very niche, cringe, guilty pleasure type of show. Like that's what that is. That's what Once Upon a Time is. To put it in perspective, Once Upon a Time is all these fairy tale characters and like Disney stories and stuff like that. They're all real. They all exist. They live in the Enchanted Forest, and something is and then the evil queen sending a curse to basically get back at Snow White and Prince Charming, and they have to send their child to a land without magic. To can eventually break the curse and the witch takes them all, transplants them, removes their memories, and they're all living in this world in Storybrooke, Maine, where they don't have memories of who they are. And that's like kind of the punishment that she has. So she is in charge of this fucking town, and everything goes exactly the way she wants. And that's like the premise of it. So the entire series is littered with flashbacks to their lives before, to the Enchanted Forest, compared to where they are now. And sometimes they don't have their memories still. And yeah. So I like Once Upon a Time.
Yeah. I didn't watch all of
It's
it.
It's a girl show. Probably nobody watching will like it. It is definitely a girl show.
I've watched some of it, just not all of it. Z Nation. I see people bringing up a Z Nation chat. I liked Z Nation. It was like a Temu Walking Dead.
I was going to say, it sounds like a zombie show.
Yeah, it's like a Temu Walking Dead. But it was entertaining enough. But it was a sci-fi show. John Smith, thank you for the 2. Random movie rec, One Cut of the Dead. Japanese. Never heard of it. I'll have to give it a go. I'm always looking for movie recommendations. So I don't have to constantly just watch like modern trash. It's too much of that.
One Cut of the Dead. Could be Uncut of the Dead. It's about uncircumcised penises. Sounds like a Japanese anime.
Probably. Stunning and Brave. And Albert, thank you for the 20. The email I speak of is the ridiculously long how I would have handled the DCEU if they put me in charge, starting only with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and JLA get movies. Everything else gets a tie in TV show.
I know the email is like ridiculously insanely long about your plan to fix the DCEU, Albert. I know. Which might explain why I haven't read all of it in complete and total detail, because it is a very long email.
If you read one sentence a day, you'll eventually get through it.
I agree. It's going to be like, that's going to be like my Winds of Winter. 15 years later, Albert's going to be like, did you finish that yet? I'll be like, I'm 1,100 manuscript pages in. 800 more to go.
This is a post that has been getting quite a lot of attention today that I cannot wait for Ryan's reaction to it. I don't even want you to read the context. This comes from the official Minecraft X account. Make good trouble.
Is this the Black History Month?
Yes, it is.
What? This has to be a joke. The Rosa Parks, bro.
It is, bro. When you said you hadn't seen it yet, I knew.
They turned comments off.
They did. They did have to turn the comments.
The free Good Trouble DLC, explore global civil rights moments or movements, meet change makers, learn how to stand up, speak out, and build a better world. Do you know what I might get this fucking DLC, bro.
And is that going to be your return to video games on your channel?
I might. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to line that fucking bridge with TNT, bro.
Bro, this is supposed to be for like 9-year-olds. It's supposed to be fun, like edutainment.
Oh my God.
That's what this is supposed to be.
Can you find Rosa Parks?
I can't find Rosa Parks for you. It's too good.
Probably a fake victim as well, by the way. Look at this Urkel-looking motherfucker. Look at this fucking retard. Like, what the fuck? Can you look at the proposed community notes?
I can, yes.
Go all the way up. Go to that.
Well,
why are you going to the bottom?
Well, because it starts at the bottom. So, like, the bottom's the first ones to be posted. The top is, like, the newest ones to be posted.
Oh, okay.
So, usually I start at the bottom. Because like they didn't instantly disable, like 4 hours ago, 7 hours ago, like some of them are a little bit off.
It looks like they're actually probably ordered in terms of what the voting activity is, if I had to guess.
Yeah, so people were fighting. As you can see, it's all like irrelevant. Take it to the comments.
And then
why does this need a community note? Right. And then this is not at all politics. This is real life. So that's their argument, is these aren't political figures. These are like real living people, and they deserve their stories to be told. Also, to the people saying this is woke
Not
and
in
not
Minecraft.
needed.
Minecraft is a game where the purpose of it is to get a bunch of fucking magical objects, go to another realm, defeat these fucking bosses, and eventually go through a fucking magical portal to kill a dragon. It's not the real world. I don't need Martin Luther King Jr. Is Martin Luther King Jr. going to be fucking a bunch of prostitutes and stuff in Minecraft? He deserves to have his story fucking told, right? Are we going to do that? Are we going to have that? What
Bro,
the fuck?
I want to play as Rosa Parks slaying the Ender Dragon. Isn't that what you want in your fucking game, man?
I want to put just a massive amount of TNT under that bridge and recreate that bridge scene and blow it the fuck up.
Well, now that you're saying that, this is a fucking hate crime. My channel's gonna get TNT'd.
Well, your fault for having me on.
Probably true. Jesus, people need to calm down.
How about a note? Remove that person's notability.
I will. I should go through these, but they say that this post promotes a free Minecraft DLC called Good Trouble, which explores global civil rights movements. It's educational and encourages civic engagement through gameplay without depicting current events or endorsing political positions. So that's their argument is, well, it doesn't have to do with something that happened today, therefore it's educational, and then it should be here. I don't understand why we needed this from Microsoft. Like, who the
scroll
fuck
into the top
cares? Oh yeah, the top one says, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of them now. Holy shit. It talks
this
about
has turned a children's game into a political tool. We can all see they chose civil rights movement because leftists believe they're in modern day civil rights treatment, with ICE enforcing federal immigration laws which is false. The best one is the one from 7 hours ago. This is a kid's game about surviving a fictional world and building with blocks.
Minecraft.com.
Community note.
I agree. This one is pretty fucking good, but yeah, they put this out when you said you hadn't seen it yet. I thought that was gonna be too.
Who is this bitch?
Good.
Malala Gushla? Is that some Muslim person? Some Muslim activist?
I don't remember who this is.
Let me look up the name.
They're a Pakistani education activist.
Oh, Pakistani?
She received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014. She's the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Probably undeserving. DEI bullshit, probably, you know.
So I don't remember exactly the situation, but I remember that like years and years ago, she had gained like a lot of notoriety online. I would say this is when she really became like established as like a big activist, because death threats were sent to her and like newspaper clippings were like slipped under her door, and then people were saying that's like the equivalent of like putting a bomb at her door.
Two other girls. All right. On October 9th, 2012, while on a bus in the SWAT district after taking an exam, Yousafzai and two other girls were shot by a Taliban gunman in an assassination attempt targeting her for her activism. When she was 12?
12?
When she was 15? Well, I'm glad she didn't die, I guess, for going to school.
I mean, yeah, it's good nobody died. But
I'm gonna be real. I don't give a fuck about Yousafzai, Malala. I just want to go into Minecraft and build blocks. I don't give a fuck about Martin
I want to
Luther
slay
King.
the Ender Dragon. You know,
Yeah,
that's why kids are playing Minecraft.
I want to build fences to put fucking
Didn't they
cows
do
in
the
and breed
same
them.
thing with Fortnite, and then people were using like the skins and like doing terrible things with them?
Probably.
Fortnite I'm pretty sure something similar. Yeah, the inclusion of MLK Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech in Fortnite was well intentioned. Let me bring this up, actually.
Just imagine. My first thought was to line the bridge with TNT. What do you think is going to happen when they open this game up?
It says that it was added to Fortnite, and it was a well-intentioned. Oh, it's not even on the screen. What the fuck? StreamYard.
So this Minecraft is mostly played for government. Stop it. You might be thinking about Roblox. They have a lot of fucking issues with that shit in there, but stop it.
So this is what happened in Fortnite. The inclusion of I Have a Dream speech in Fortnite was a well-intentioned effort to educate players about the civil rights movement. However, the execution of the event faced significant criticism for its abrupt reveal and a lack of context provided to players, and many felt that the cartoonish nature made it inappropriate of a venue for such a serious topic. Yeah, people were it online. Because it's like, really? Like, that's like, why the fuck are you adding this to a game about, in this case, like dragons and crafting? Like, is this really like what is so important? I get the argument that, oh, people learn things the best when they're having fun and they're like enjoying themselves. But what fucking 8-year-olds that are going to want to play Minecraft want to sit through this? You know, this is what schools are supposed to be for.
Correct. And
not
even
Minecraft.
We can have some discussions about what should or shouldn't be taught.
Yeah.
And someone's saying in Roblox they have someone says Roblox there's reenactments of protests. Look, in Roblox
people are creating
whatever they want, right? You can make whatever you kind of want in there. Which, hey, if somebody wants to go, people have made some amazing fucking things in Minecraft. And if somebody wants to, because it's very important to them, recreate this shit, they could. The idea that it's being promoted this way is very telling. They turn the fucking comments off because of the backlash they're getting for it. This doesn't make sense in Minecraft. Minecraft does not take place in the real world. It is supposed to be fucking, like, it is supposed to be, I guess, an escape.
Yes. And so
good trouble.
So what they tried to do was they put it up, then they were getting thousands of comments and reposts. They tried to hide replies because there is a list of hidden replies here. And then they realized that they couldn't moderate it fast enough, so then they had to just completely lock it down.
I can't believe it.
Start good trouble, guys. Jesus Christ.
Especially like right in the middle of all these fucking protests and everything. This was obviously in the works for a little while before things got like super out of hand, and they were like, we're gonna launch it on Black History Month.
But I wonder if this was the intentional timing or if it's basically just something that they had that they planned to release eventually, and they were like, well, this seems like a really good time to release it because it's going to get the most traction.
My guess is they probably always planned to do MLK and all these black leaders in Black History Month. They threw in a fucking Muslim
probably
in there too, but yeah.
But boy oh boy, were they getting destroyed before they turned off. And of course, just because they lock down the comments or they try to lock down the thread doesn't mean that it stops being talked about, because it just makes it worse, because it means other people need to find other ways to voice their opinions online.
What if people get that DLC and they just start building like fences and cages around these people?
So I think, I don't think that this is actually a DLC like that. Like, it's not like you're getting the skin or you are able to take Rosa Parks into the actual game. I think it's just like, I don't think so. I think that this is supposed to be like a specific section of a small like snippet of the game that they've made specifically, that like, oh, you go into the options and you click the DLC and then you go into this DLC and you just have to do it like it's a normal single player game. And then, oh, you get on the bus and then you see all this dialogue and stuff and listen to the music, and like it's a specific
what's the dialogue
of an area.
I want MLK to do an I Have a Dream speech, but I want him to sound like a villager. Like that would be funny, actually.
That would be very funny. Probably much more memorable, but yes, Rusty.
Like you stormed to Rosa Parks, you're like, get to the back of the bus. She just looks at you and goes, huh? Like, that would be funny.
It is very, very funny of a concept, but I don't think that they're that bold. I don't think that this is even like you're going to get Rosa Parks skin. Now, somebody could custom make that skin later down the line if they wanted to, but then somebody probably already has to try to virtue signal online about it. But Yeah, they're getting destroyed, and rightfully so. Can you keep the bullshit activism away from our children, psychos? Why are you embracing cringe? You are a cult trying to get at kids to indoctrinate them with left-wing ideologies to further your own political propaganda. Jesus Christ. I can't. You know what? I gotta. Well, you know what? I need a break from the internet.
Look, it has 20,000 likes.
It's 200,000 views. Holy fuck.
It has
bro.
20,000 likes.
Whew. And how many likes do they have? 23. It's almost ratioing the 8.9 million viewed
Minecraft
post.
Steve whipping a American basketball player. Can I see who is that? A Michael Jordan jersey on him? Go back. Replay the video.
Oh yeah.
No, it's just red. Okay.
It's just red.
Bro.
God damn, the internet is brutal. And that means that it's gonna get like the Minecraft account with 7.5 million followers is going to get ratioed by this account soon. And this account has 276 followers. That's it. That's all it takes. Had to double check that this was the real Minecraft account. Are you kidding? This is a game geared towards kids. Keep the propaganda out of it. What do you miss? I miss the way I viewed the world before I knew too much about it. It's just so fucking interesting that this continues to happen. You would think that the companies would cut the shit at this point. Whether it's a Roblox, a Minecraft, it doesn't even matter. When you have a product that is aimed towards kids and you make decisions like this, you're going to face backlash for it. You should leave the education to the teachers. Now, we know in public schools, and I'm not going to get into too much of a fucking rant about the public education system because it's retarded as hell, but we know in schools there's not much schooling actually fucking happening. But that's where these kids should be learning about people like Rosa Parks. But instead, these companies, the big fucking corpos decide, yes, let's teach thy children what they should and should not know. And then you have the people that are still fucking pissed. Why didn't you do this for Gaza? It's never enough for these people. This is why you don't pander to these people. Because they still will find something to complain about.
Wouldn't that be... Actually, that would be like a great one, right? You go into just a leveled Gaza. You have to collect resources from broken buildings, and you have to try to rebuild it quicker than it can be bombed.
Christ.
There's a good DLC.
Holy fuck. Plus 1,000 ESG points. It's so funny what's being posted in comment. But yeah, Ryan, I can't wait to see you play this. I think it's available now, actually. Hold on. Let me click the link while it's not up on my screen. I don't want it to dox me. Yeah, it's free. You can go get it right now, Ryan. There you go.
I do like Minecraft.
Learn how everyone has the power to stand up for what's right.
Oh, man. What's right, huh?
Yeah.
This is so
it's got
great.
4 out of... Oh, no, that's just Minecraft. I was going to say 4 out of 5.
Can you click on the YouTube video, the watch on YouTube, so you can see the dislikes?
I can. Hold on 1 second. It's being ratioed.
It's ratioed.
It is. This is a minute long. The one we watched was 30 seconds long, wasn't it?
It was.
Hold
this is a
on
longer
second.
one.
Yes. We'll watch it just for the funnies. But first I need to bring it up because StreamYard fucking hates playing the audio, even though I click the audio. I love this platform. It's honestly great. It is a 10 out of 10. Always. But yeah, it's being ratioed 693 likes to 1.8k dislikes.
I can get those numbers up.
What does it mean to get into good trouble? Take your students on an interactive journey to learn firsthand how leaders around the world...
We got Gandhi! Aren't you excited to watch Gandhi slay the Ender Dragon?
Who is Emmeline Pankhurst?
I believe she was first wave
It
feminist.
sounds like a British name.
Yeah. She was,
British
English
political.
suffragist, yes.
Oh god, so she's one of the reasons that y'all fucking women can vote.
She founded the women's social movement in Great Britain and Ireland, yeah.
Bro, she looks like a miserable bitch.
Yeah.
Fought for justice and human rights. Begin on the Edmund Pettus Bridge and march with John Lewis for voting rights. Then travel through history to meet some of his inspirations. Help Mahatma Gandhi spread his message for independence in India. Travel to South Africa.
Pause it. All right. Bro. So Gandhi, look. Gandhi, you're like, okay, old man just want to be peaceful, whatever. That's all you know about him. Now that Indians are such a fucking problem, now that we're so tired of fucking Indians everywhere, bro, fuck Gandhi, dude. Fuck Gandhi.
Whew.
Travel to South Africa and fight against apartheid with Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, how's that going in South Africa? Now what do we got in South Africa? White people are being fucking hunted by rabid, violent black people. Black people are calling death to the Boer. Black people in South Africa, because of these anti-apartheid movements, what they've created are white people are fucking hunted down in South Africa. Yeah, what a great fucking lesson.
Now it's time for the bus incident.
Join forces with Rosa Parks, who sparked the civil rights movement that Lewis carried forward.
Look at the dog.
As students participate in these...
He's so fucking funny to me. I don't know.
Bro, who's dead on that fucking on the back of that fucking horse thing? But look
As
at the
students
wolves,
participate
man. Release the hounds.
Oh God.
Students participate in these historic movements, they'll experience firsthand the echoes of Lewis's courage and spirit. These leaders didn't just change history, they showed us how to make a difference today. Download lessons in Good Trouble and inspire your students to shape their future.
So they want you to actually play this with the class.
They want teachers to use this to teach kids. Yeah.
Wow. That's very stunning and brave of them. But you can just go and download it yourself. So it's not like it's just for teachers. It's not like it's just part of like, ooh, a one-day curriculum or something like that. It's free for anybody, Ryan. When can we get that stream from you?
You look at white people, you look at our history, everywhere we've gone, we've built things, we've built civilizations, even in these dog shit countries, we've built things up, we've helped them, right? White people go out, they build things up. So I guess we need this for everyone else to experience Minecraft. What does that comment say?
Ryan, read that first comment.
You missed the part where you loot and burn a village in the name of a potion addict. Bro.
Jesus Christ, bro.
How has this been up for a whole year and nobody noticed? That's a great question. Wait, a year?
This one has been up for a year.
So has this...
So apparently they did this last year too, and that they've reposted it now.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I know. We're learning about it together.
Okay.
72 comments as of right now, but it is being ratioed.
Good.
Minecraft. Yikes. So they're getting destroyed for it. I'll keep my eye out to see if they lock down like another like thread on it or anything. But yeah, I mean the newest post, or the post that like I initially shared the video from, it is new. You know, it's not like it's just that YouTube trailer apparently was old, but this is from today. So everything has happened today. It just looks like maybe it didn't get the traction they expected last year, or they just figured, oh, 12 months have rolled around, time to re-promote it. And
they probably released it in fucking February of the year before or whatever. You know.
And clearly, you know, it didn't go the way that they anticipated the first time around because it didn't get this level of backlash.
Someone says just some anti-ice BS dressed up as history pretty following kids. Again, this actually kind of disproves that. This is released a year ago.
Let me see.
Go see the day that video was released.
Yes, that it was initially released. I'd close it, so I have to find it again real quick. The initial trailer. Why isn't this opening? Holy shit.
So your internet's been bad today.
Has it?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, usually mine's shit. Mine usually dies in half our stream.
yeah,
so.
that's life. It was posted January 29th, 2025.
So
So it was right around the
before
same
Black
time.
History Month
Yes.
last year, yeah.
Yes. So it seems that they're just, redoing it again, re-upping it, trying to get more traction on it, because why create new propaganda when they've already got old propaganda that works exactly the same?
We got plenty of recycled propaganda.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Very interesting though. I saw that earlier and I was like, oh shit, this is too. I should put the fucking Rosa Parks as this thumbnail. I should edit it and make a new thumbnail just for this. With a big red YouTuber arrow saying Rosa Parks in Minecraft.
Just like racist.
Yeah, exactly. SCDB, thank you for the 2. Play as Rosa Parks and sit in the back in protest. There's so many good jokes that could be made about it. Pepper, thank you for the 5. Can't wait for the show. Good Trouble starring Dawn Lemon. Exactly.
God.
Stunning and brave. Tommy Campari, thank you for the 199. Being white in 1950s Minecraft land sounds fun. Yeah, it's like the GIF. That GIF is. I've never seen that GIF before. That shit was legendary though, and that was posted right after it was made. After it was posted, so I don't think this person actually made it. I don't know though.
Oh, the black person getting whipped?
The whip one, yeah.
Yeah, clearly that's like just in there, ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Albert, thank you for the 5. In all fairness, the whites in South Africa should have left. Mandela would not be okay with what's happening down there.
No. I don't know.
Yeah. But thank you for the 5. No real commentary to give there. Clippy Ghost, thank you for the 5.
You don't want to get into the psyche of Nelson Mandela?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so with the guy that thinks that what was your take on Helen Keller? That she was faking it?
Yes, that like there's only a couple options. Either Helen Keller was not blind or deaf, which I think is more likely the more I've looked into this. It seems like she was just like kind of blind, more like legally blind, but still like could see things. Like either Helen Keller wasn't actually blind or deaf and she was just faking the whole thing, or everyone around her was faking and pretending like she actually did these things, because the Helen Keller story doesn't make any sense.
It really does not, but
right, convert.
It's true. Yeah. Clippy Ghost, thank you for the 5. We was historians and shit, man. So many good fucking memes that could come out of this. But of course, it's not even just Minecraft that's posting it. Like Halo. Halo already made their post about Black History Month, and
Did they do the Wakandan skin again?
They did. They did the same skin as last year. So it's basically this year's and last year's for everything. Microsoft is just the same copy and paste from last year's. I think that I have it up as I still have it as like a or I don't have it as a tab, but yeah, it's basically the same fucking thing. But no real shocker there. And Wizard Man, thank you for the 2. Ryan, did you finally turn on your heat?
No, sir.
You are not budging on that stance. And I get that.
I'm not. I'm trying to save money, motherfuckers.
So Ryan, last
February's
topic.
the shortest month of the year.
That is true. Last topic of the evening, Ryan. How many people do you think are in High Guard right now? Now, keep in mind, a couple days ago, they added the 5v5 mode. Oh my gosh, regenerating the player base. It's rejuvenated. It's saved.
Right now, I think it's at 6,157.
Little higher, 7,958.
Pretty good guess.
Yeah, pretty spot on. It had gotten back up to 15,040 when they added the 5v5 mode, but well, unfortunately for them, it hasn't worked. They have like 90 developers that work at this studio.
I saw some people trying to do the math, and they were like, that
There's
means that they're burning through $800,000 a month.
Either way, they're still burning through a lot of money. Like, how do they expect this game to stay alive? Because yes, they are going to make money off of microtransactions, but for a free-to-play game, you need the highest amount of players possible, because you need the most amount of people buying things possible. Because, like, if I'm going to buy a skin in a game, right? Let's say I spend $10. That doesn't mean I'm going to buy every skin. So
Right, if
you're
you have
not
a
making
free-to-play
thousands
game-
of dollars off of me.
Yeah, if you have a free-to-play game, you need to maintain, I mean, around, 30 to 50,000 people playing it, basically. Now, again, High Guard is available on not just PC, right? It is
No, it is on,
console?
yes, it's on console.
Right. So you do have, who knows how many people are playing it on console. These are the numbers we have to go on. For a game like this, with as much as they put into it, you cannot survive hovering between 5,000 and 9,000 people playing this fucking free-to-play game. And there's too many more options for people to play. This is not caught on. They're paying people to stream it when it came out thing didn't work. And maybe that's like the biggest fall off we've seen in history for a game within a couple hours of debut. When it debuts at nearly 100,000, for it to drop down to 10,000 basically right away is shocking. It's bad.
Yeah,
It's
it is
bad for this
really
game.
bad. And the scores have gone up a little bit on Steam. It's sitting at a mixed for English, but in all language, it is, unfortunately for them, still at mostly negative.
It's around, what, a 42% right now?
Yeah, for English. But,
That's all I care about.
what is most funny, of course, and no shocker, is that the media is coping to hell and fucking back. Good news, High Guard fans, for all fucking two of you. It isn't the worst reviewed game of 2026, and that is true. But the problem is that we constantly hear these journos talk about games being rated really good because they're using journo shill reviews. They're not actually using player counts, but we're talking about trash versus trash. The lowest rated game to release this year so far is Code Violet. Code Violet has a lot of controversy surrounding it. We saw what happened with the way that the developers acted. But that doesn't mean that High Guard is good. They're so desperate to find an angle in which they can praise this game.
Is this the guy who is like, this is actually really awesome? Even the internet's not whispering in your ear. Is that the author who did this one on the Gamer? And that's also the same guy who wrote, like, that he loves Concord and loves Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and
I
loves
don't
Assassin's
think
Creed
it's the
Shadows and loves
same
Railguard.
guy, but the problem is that there's so many articles that are basically saying that. Like, I have this one too. Despite all the hate, High Guard seems to be really well liked by the people who have actually played it. These are two different guys, but they're shilling the same talking points. I don't even need to fucking read it in order. Well, I don't need to read it to all of you. I did read the article. It's not good. You can tell just by the highlight, just by the byline and by the title what it is. But you also have GameSpot saying High Guard High Guard is a fresh enough combo that it could be the start of a whole new thing. What the fuck would the new thing be? These people infuriate me so much. It is insane. It's not the start of a whole new thing except for killing a game after a week instead of fucking 2 weeks like Concord. It's just not a good game. And it's so funny that they say this, like, it's well liked by people who actually played it. I'm one of the dumb motherfuckers who actually played this shit. I played it for 5 hours. It was terrible. It was awful. My first match, it crashed and it gave me a fucking penalty for my game crashing. The game didn't even want me to play the game. But it's happening.
That's why I just decided to not even give it a shot. I just knew that was in the cards.
Stop bullshitting. You need to play it. You need to be a stunning and brave gamer.
The screenshot looks like the guy blinked when people were trying to take his picture or something. What is that?
Yeah, I don't know why they'd use this picture. It's like
he Asian or black or both?
I don't know. Retarded? That's the best I can come up with. He's a stupid character. Every character in this game is stupid. This game is just stupid. And it's stupid that the media is constantly shilling for these trash-ass games. But you got out of Concord.
Still out there fucking, hey,
yes,
look, I got a new 5v5.
He is. That's the worst
like
part.
Jeff Keighley is, like, actually maybe the reason that this thing failed.
Maybe.
Like,
I mean,
it sounds like
good luck.
It sounds like they had no intentions of doing this reveal at the Game Awards, and Jeff Keighley saw it and was like, "Hey, this game looks so fucking awesome. Can I put this at the end of the Game Awards?" And they're like, I guess. I mean, that'd be
Right.
great for us. I suppose it's great. And he did it and is like so invested in it. And then it just absolutely fucking bombs.
Yeah, here's their post about it. Highguard has added a 5v5 raid mode to the game, playable today. Thanks, Jeff Keighley. Like, very fucking appreciated. So, well, that's what he does. He's stupid. The people behind this game are stupid, and I have no idea how they plan to keep this alive. But let's get into these last few super chats. One gal, thank you for the $50 super chat. Ryan playing a game someday, tax in shit. One day he will. That's not going to be today, though. That's for sure.
Reloaded. I'm playing Reloaded.
I'm not convinced. I do not believe you. Are you going to be playing it day one, though?
I mean, come on. When does it come out? The 10th?
I don't know.
How the fuck you not know?
Next week? I think it's... I don't know. I mean, I
thought
can
it was
get the
February
date.
10th.
It might be 10th or 11th, whatever that falls on. Hold on 2 seconds.
Date.
No. I got it right here. It comes out
February 10th.
on the 10th. Yes.
See, I'm more invested than you think.
Are you though?
More invested than you, clearly, because I remembered.
Really though? It comes out on a Tuesday. Who the fuck releases a game on a Tuesday?
That's Black Person Day.
Thank you for the 50. Gosh. That's terrible. I appreciate the 50. The shot.
What, the shot?
Yeah. Whew.
Not smooth peanut butter?
Not today. Clippy's Ghost, thank you for the 5. Journalists shrieking over this game like we are attacking the message the game is just fucking nuts. Well, that's what they do. Yeah.
The game is just fucking buns, dude.
It's not even a woke game. It's just a dog shit game. Like, sure, you've got the DEI squad in there, but like, there's actually good voice actors. Like the female V from Cyberpunk, she's one of the lead voice actresses. Like, she's a good voice actress. It's just a bad game. Terrible all around. Giving my 2 credits. Thank you for the 5. Waiting for the co-op. Resident Evil 5. Fuck my life stream. I've been planning to do one with Wicked Virtue, but getting Ryan to play Resident Evil 5 would make me so happy.
The remake?
No, there's no remake of Resident Evil 5. That's the racist one where you're mowing down black zombies.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
They're not going to remake that. How much to get you to do just a single stream of that? I would pay you to do that.
Well, now you're speaking my language.
How much to get you to play? Better think about it. That would be a glorious stream to watch. Yeah. Knight of Near, thank you for the 2. Just ask Aaron to activate the rumbling.
Who's
Gotta
Aaron?
kill him. Aaron Yeager. Attack on Titan.
Never seen that shit. That's the thing with the big naked freaks, right?
It's the Assassin's Creed DLC. Naked things.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I had to put it in perspective. Magnus Lord, thank you for the 2. Look up Rhodesia. Sad. Thank you for the 2. And Albert, final dono of the evening. I may be biased, but that email would be a great topic for a video. But I may be biased just a little bit.
You may be a little. Yes, me making.
Just a little.
I just got this great email from somebody who has a plan to fix the DCU. His
Something
name is Albert,
just
not
hit
a retro.
my desk, John. It is the craziest. I love that Wolf of Wall Street scene. That's what it reminded me of. I am not ditching Wicked on Resident Evil 5. We will play it together soon, but we're going to be playing Reanimal, and Reanimal comes out in like 2 weeks or so, so we're prioritizing that.
We didn't talk about Tamagotchi
Life. We did not talk about Tamagotchi Life.
Which I'm fine with. I already got destroyed once talking about that.
I got destroyed talking about it too.
How did you get destroyed?
I lost. Hold on, I'll tell you. I lost roughly. I lost like probably like 30 subscribers. I got wrecked, pummeled, destroyed.
So I don't know about how many like subscribers lost or gained. This is the worst ratio I've ever had in any video in history. It had a 35% like ratio.
Oh Jesus!
There
My
are.
video on it only has a 94% like ratio.
So you did not get destroyed.
No, I didn't get destroyed.
It has 397 likes and 999 comments.
Whew! Damn.
Now this is the one that got clipped off the stream and got put on Geeks and Gamers too.
Yes, that's what I thought.
I was never going to talk about that on my channel because I don't care. I'm so fucking mad about that video that Krista and Jeremy were like, this is such a hot topic. You have to talk about this. And I got fucking annihilated by the transgender. Every transgender person in existence who hasn't killed themselves yet came to ratio that video.
Yeah, I think I just got a couple of dislikes from people who were like, this is stupid, and they have nostalgia. But the problem is that they literally fucking caved to the demands of these activists. Activists complained in 2014.
Yeah, they caved in 2014, though.
Yeah, and they apologized in 2014, said they'd do better in the future.
So the solution, the truth is Nintendo has always been woke and gay.
Yes, they have.
So I've always been right about Nintendo.
Truer words have never been spoken in this stream. And Addis, thank you for the $10 super chat right at the end of stream. Much appreciated. Ryan, what have you got going on? What are your plans for the next few days? Anything fun and exciting happening?
I don't know about too fun and exciting, but and look at my Black Helen of Troy video. I got over 100,000.
Yeah.
I'm
Starfleet Academy one did too.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, Starfleet Academy's been good. Go get on the second or the next row.
Next row.
Look at this is bad.
78.
78. That's not bad.
That's true. Yeah, 74.
Yeah. Oh, that's for Knight's Path.
Yeah.
Look at that one. Look at that other Star Trek one with Gary on the thumbnail.
Yep, 135.
I'll take it, man. Still Rachel Zegler. I'm still doing well with Rachel Zegler, Vince, you know. But no, I'm just normal stuff. So I stream on Sundays and Wednesdays. We'll be on my channel next week on Monday for Fuck My Life, getting ready for the release of Reloaded because it'll be the day before the release of Reloaded. So we'll celebrate that. We'll celebrate the Reloaded release. I don't know. That's about it. You can catch me on Geeks and Gamers, Friday Night Tights, Sports Wars. Yeah.
Yep. And of course, guys, I'm playing through Code Vein 2 right now. End of this week will be Neo 3, which I'm super hyped for. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, video games. Wednesdays is the Varen Virtue Show. And Mondays is Fuck My Life. Next week will be live over on Ryan's channel. And all that fun stuff. It is what it is. And it's not good. But yeah, next week, we'll probably be talking about the Reloaded promo material, if they release any. Which will be very fun. But check out the links in the description. Thank you guys so much for being here the past few hours. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. And have a very good rest of your evening, everyone.